The haircut I'm about to demonstrate is the 45 degree, which we also call low elevation. It gives you tapering through the nape, but fullness through the top. So we start by establishing our 4 quadrants, which I have already done, just like in the 0 degree, and dropping our guideline around the entire head, just like the 0 degree. We start in the center back, as we do all haircuts. We tilt the head forward. Our guidelines are cut at a 0 degree. That way we have a blunt line to start with. Start in the center back and cut my guideline and work out to each ear, holding it straight down and cutting. Coming back to the center and working out to this ear. Okay, now that I've established my guide in the back, I visually check to make sure it's even. Do not cut past your second knuckle because you lose your tension in the back part of our fingers. Now that I've established my guide in the back, I'd start by taking down my next parting, which is done horizontally. The 0 and the 45 are both done horizontally. Bringing down my next half-inch parting. Keeping the other hair pinned up clean out of the way. Going back to the center. Now, a 45 is halfway between a 90 and a 0. So this would be a 90 straight out from the head. This would be a 0. So I need to find right in the center at a 45 degree angle. Holding the hair horizontal and cutting. Following my underneath guide and working out to each ear, just like in the 0 degree. Bringing down my next half-inch parting. Okay, combing down, bringing it out at a 45 and cutting. Working out to each ear and cutting. And you will start to see some slight tapering along the bottom. Bringing down my next half-inch section. We use the 45 a lot nowadays in the inverted bob. A lot of people don't want it to kind of stack out, so we'll do a 45 with shorter in the middle and longer to the sides. We use that a lot. The old, for some of you probably won't remember, the Dorothy Hamill ice skater, she had what they called a wedge haircut, and that was done with the 45. Keep in mind, I'm still holding it at my 45 degree angle, using my hair that I just cut as my guide underneath. Working out to each ear. So you can start to see how it's starting to stack out this way. See that angle starting in there. Okay. Make sure your hair stays down. Gives you more control of the section you're cutting. Working out to each ear to complete our back. Starting back in the center. Coming out at a 45-degree angle. Notice my angle is still here. I'm still holding it at a 45-degree angle. Standing right in front of the section I'm cutting. That ensures I'm going to get an even cut. Working out back from the center out to this ear. Holding it at a 45. Taking my next horizontal parting, and we're going to take our horizontal partings all the way up to our apex, again, just like we did for the 0 degree. Learn to keep clean partings and makes your work more efficient. Okay, coming back to the center. Bringing it out at a 45 degree and cut. See, that 45-degree angle is still there. Now I'm working out to this ear, and I'm cutting. For time purposes, I'm going to go ahead and drop my next section. If this were all one length and I was cleaning it up, I would still take my 1/2-inch partings all the way to the top of the head. But I'm starting to run out of hair like I did with the 0 degree, so therefore I'm just going to drop it all down to clean it up. Going back to my center back, coming out at a 45-degree angle and cut. Working to this ear. Cleaning anything up that's traveling past my guide, and cut. Working from the center back out to the ear on this side, cutting anything that's traveling past my center guide, my guideline. Okay, now that I've completed the back, we're going to cross-check it, taking our vertical partings. Since we cut horizontally, we take our vertical partings now to cross-check. This time, what I'm going to do is come down to a 45-degree angle. You can see I'm at a 45-degree angle. I'm not straight up, and I'm not at a 0. Any fringe that travels past that 45-degree angle would need to be cleaned up at this point. So I clean up anything that is traveling past my 45-degree angle. Working in from the center to each ear and completing my back. Now that my back is complete, you'll notice a slight taper in it. Okay, it's at a 45-degree angle, so there will be more of the weight is here, and it's not as heavy at the bottom. Okay, now we're going to complete our front.